Good afternoon. As been mentioned, my name is Ravi Chandran from the Center for Instructional Technology, and CIT, short for Center for Instructional Technology, provides all the IT services, video services for faculty to develop content, manage their teaching and learning at NUS. So my talk today is to talk on the initiatives and strategies that the university is embarking on to create this technology-enhanced learning environment, or TEL for short. So I give you an example. Like on the pictures you see there on the top right, you see this is a class at the USP, iPad. All the students have iPads. They're using Apple TV, collaborate, communicate on the assignments on the board. Okay, it's been going on for a few semesters already. Then we have self-recording rooms where lecturers and students can go in. There are about 6 self-recording rooms on campus. Lecturers can go in, record their lectures. Students can go in and also record their assignments and their projects. Okay, so there are 6 around the campus for faculty, and they have professional lights, high-quality cameras, and mics in these rooms. We have a lecturer in the School of Pharmacy who has collaborated with Computer Center and CIT to create a 3-dimensional game for the School of Pharmacy. With the students in this coming semester, or 80 students, be taking this game to learn how to interact with the patients in this 3D scenario. They'll also be using leap motion. You see the device down there, where the students learn how to mix medicine and to deliver the medicine to the patient. So this game is going to be launched in this semester for about 80 pharmacy students, first-year students in pharmacy. We have collaborative workbenches at University Town, about close to 3 to 4 of them. And in January last year, 300 students took their exams online, School of Medicine, at this venue where they had high-density Wi-Fi, and all the students took it completely online on a cloud-based exam system. So the university is slowly moving towards this TEL environment, and there are many examples I can show you later on. So let me take you to the infrastructure that we have on campus. We adopt a multi-agency approach in the use of IT for teaching, learning, education, research, and administration. So you have NUS IT, which is the Computer Center now, formerly known as Computer Center. They focus on the administrative, academic, research, computing, campus, network infrastructure, internet infrastructure, and of course cyber security. Then you have the Center for Development of Teaching and Learning, CDTL. They focus on promoting workshops, courses in enhancing the teaching quality at NUS. Then you have My Center, CIT. We focus very much on the hard skills, the IT and the video-based services for teaching and learning. And you have, of course, NUS Library that focuses on the digital library and on all the e-books acquisitions. So this is the infrastructure that we have on campus to support IT for education, research, and admin. The reporting structure is like this. So we report to the associate provost, vice provost, so 3 levels of reporting structure for these centers, whereas the comp center goes straight up to the VP. But it's very much a metrics-driven reporting structure here. So this is a slide from Computer Center just to give you an overview of what Comp Center is doing. So they have a fair amount of applications to support a large number of servers, and of course, they have a fairly sizable manpower to manage all these services. They also support many of the teaching and learning services that we do with CIT, of course. Then you have, of course, CDTL. CIT and CDTL, we collaborate quite closely on courseware development and other IT services for teaching and learning. So this is the CDTL slide, and they focus on teaching quality workshops, programs for improving the teaching quality. Then, of course, you have My Center, CIT. I wanted to show you the kinds of services that we provide on campus for faculty to develop content and to promote teaching and learning. So we do a lot of courseware development ourselves. We host it ourselves. We can support new teaching pedagogies or alternate teaching pedagogies such as blended learning. The university is now moving towards a fair amount of courses towards blended learning To date, we have well over close to about 120 courses that are already blended, okay, on campus. We also have developed MOOCs for the university, and they are hosted on Coursera. CIT has access to Coursera, so we have admin access to Coursera, and we can launch the courses for NUS on Coursera. We have a license to use Coursera. In terms of software and managed services for screen recording, we provide all our lectures with Camtasia, Camtasia Studio, Camtasia Relay. For video animation, we have licenses for VideoScribe, and this service called Benumi, which is a cloud-based video editing system. Okay, cloud-based video editing system. It has a repository of over 3 million audio and video clips, professionally done video and audio clips. If I click on it, let's go back and get into the net. Cloud-based service, 3 million professional audio and video clips that you can retrieve and create your own clips and then post it on YouTube. So you can mix your own clips with the professional clips that they provide, and you can create your own clips. So this is basically we use it for student projects, okay? But we also provide it for faculty that want to quickly develop content. We have for interactive PowerPoint, when you want to multimedialize your PowerPoint, we provide Office Mix and Adobe Presenter. For plagiarism prevention, we have created an ICT campus-wide license for that, and that's integrated into our LMS. We have a collaborative mind mapping tool called MindDomo, which many people know about it. It's a cloud-based mind mapping tool that allows you to collaborate with your students. Okay, and students can collaborate among themselves on these mind mapping projects. We have a conference wiki and a WordPress blog for teaching and learning. And we just, in fact, 2 weeks ago, launched lynda.com for lifelong learning. And for classroom response, of course, we have the hardware clickers. And we also support Archipelago, and we have our own, CIT has its own system here, questions that has Wi-Fi and SMS support. Archipelago has Wi-Fi, but peer questions and SMS and Wi-Fi support. We support all the teaching facilities at University Town. So anything to do with teaching or projectors, teaching facilities at University Town, it comes under my center. And we also are involved in the classroom design into active learning spaces. So it's quite a varied portfolio that CIT supports. On top of that, we also look after the university's learning management system at NUS. Fairly unique. We have our own self-developed LMS called IVLE. Okay, so it is similar to what you see at Blackboard, Brightspace, Canvas. It's similar in structure and features. For digital assessments and exams, we provide 3 kinds of services. We have IVLE, of course, our learning management system. We also have a license to use ExamSoft campus-wide on the cloud. This is quite extensively being used now on campus. It's run off Amazon Singapore, ExamSoft, and we also have a software called Maple TPA, Maple Test and Assessment Engine, for engineering and science faculties that want to create more engineering and science kind of questions that has called the support for symbols and stuff like that. So it's called Maple TA. We have a video management service. We also have learning communities. We use this service called TeamUp that we can click on it. It is a, if any of you know about Slack, if you know about Slack, this is a Slack alternative for teaching and learning. It's an open source free service. Not free, but open source, but very, very limited cost. So we are using a Slack alternative for teaming, social messaging services. And we also have Microsoft Teams. We also do conferencing. We have WebEx, and we are now moving to Zoom slowly, eventually. We have a learning management. We have a learning sequence management system called LAMS, which is the School of Medicine is extensively using sequencing engine that tells the students to do this task, then do the next task, and do the next task in sequence. And of course, one of our key services is video support. So we do a lot of video production, corporate videos, informational videos, instructional videos, event captures, studio recordings, chroma key recordings and audio recordings. All that comes under CIT. So this is the CIT's education technology portfolio for teaching and learning for faculty. In November 2016, Computer Center with the various stakeholders in the Office of Research, Provost Office, and in CDTL, CIT, launched this IT Strategic Plan for the whole campus from 2017 to 2019. It covered all the areas that are identified here: teaching and learning, research, university admin, right down. Okay. This was then submitted to the NUS president for his comments and feedback. So, in this plan for teaching and learning, these are the 5 main thrusts that have been identified for IT in teaching and learning. IT for teaching and learning. So the first one is, of course, is to the NUS Next Generation Digital Learning Platform, we call it. It's more than just a learning management system. It's going to be an open platform that will allow our faculty and our students to write their own application and integrate it into this new learning platform. Okay, so this new learning platform will have a lot of standards-based RESTful API programming interfaces that allow students to write in, allow faculty to write in, allow vendors to write in, and enhance their applications to our LMS. It will also be integrated by certain global standards to bring in a lot of third-party applications into the system. So the old LMS, how would you call it, old LMS, I believe will be more or less phased out, and this new one will take over by hopefully December this year. This project was kicked off last year, and by December this year, we should have like version 1 ready to go. All right. But I will say never to commercial-based LMS coming onto campus also. So it's a weighing thing, which works better. We're also leveraging on digital assessments to provide more authentic exams and to provide more constant and regular feedback to the students. Okay. Now these kind of questions can of course support video, can support multimedia elements, but the more important thing is they give immediate feedback to the students and more detailed question analysis to the faculty and to the students. Faculty can now identify which students are not doing well and which questions are posing problems for the students. So the reports that are coming up from this system, by the way, this is, when I mentioned this, I'm talking about ExamSoft, right? I'm talking about ExamSoft. The questions that are, the reports that are coming up from the system are quite detailed, and the lecturers can more or less identify how the students are really performing in their course. So it is run off the Amazon Web Services in Singapore, and every semester we have close to 6,000 students taking the exams online every semester. It's been running from 2016 August, and the pickup rate has been quite tremendous and quite positive. So questions are created in the cloud. Students bring their own devices, their own Macs, their own notebooks, or even the iPad, and take their exams online. Okay, you do not need internet to do the questions. You don't need internet. It's very important. You don't need internet to be constantly connected to the questions. It's all offline. The moment you need internet is when you want to submit back the answer to the cloud service for marking. Right? So that's quite important. So this is, I won't go through this, but this is the scenario. Just to mention that it runs off Windows, Mac, iPad, and there's no internet required to take the exams. And the most important thing is the reports that are coming out are very, very detailed. So we've been testing the service quite extensively and it's fairly reliable. The third thrust is to create more opportunities for social learning and discussion over the network and in class. Like I mentioned before, we have already launched a Slack alternative called Team Up, a social messaging service for students, collaborate and communicate outside the class for informal learning. We have Office 365, Microsoft Teams, and of course the other services. CIT is also involved with the various faculties in redesigning many of the classrooms on campus into active learning spaces. So we work very much closely with the various faculties and help them design the classroom on the way they teach. We discuss with them how they're going to teach, and then we redesign the classrooms. Today, NUS has over 50 such classrooms on campus, spread across the various faculties. And for in-class discussion, we support archipelago and their questions. So, give you an example. The first one is from engineering. You see the classrooms have been changed. Engineering has about 20 such classrooms on campus now that are changed into active learning spaces. We don't just do the classroom design. After the classrooms are designed, we do surveys among the students. How do they react to the classroom? Has it improved? Has the faculty started to use the classroom for collaboration, for discussion? And so we get a survey question and pass it back to the dean or the faculty to further promote these classrooms or further create more such classrooms. And so far the surveys have been very positive. So this is science. And of course, School of Computing has also started this active learning classrooms. Okay. The fourth thrust is, of course, create repositories for educational research, analytics, and reusable content. For example, we are working closely with the Teaching Academy, CDPL, to create a repository to showcase good practices in teaching, provide evidence of good teaching practices, showcase faculty that have been nominated for teaching awards. So this repository is going to be created in conjunction with the Teaching Academy and CDTL. And we are working with ALSET on the data lake to provide data, our LMS data into the data lake, and also reusable content. The fifth and the last thrust is, of course, to create and manage an ecosystem to allow our faculty to experiment, to innovate with technology, and to enhance their teaching and learning. So we want to create a kind of test bed that allows them to just be, don't be worried to fail if something happens, right? We will provide all the necessary support we can give, and also it includes financial support. The financial support can come to the LIFT grants, which I think many of you are aware. It can come to CDTL. CDTL has a TG grant, teaching enhancement grant. Engineering is also a grant for teaching and learning. So in the faculty of engineering, I think the budgets are close to 150 to 12,000 in engineering. So if you have an idea, you have a good idea in the use of technology for teaching and learning, apply for a grant in the faculty of engineering, and they have a committee that evaluates it, similar to what LIFT is doing and CDTL is doing. So there are various grant initiatives around the faculty can apply. And once you get the grant, you can then come to CDTL, come to CIT, come to Computer Center, and we can then support you accordingly. Whether it's software, manpower, or give you resource, or give you companies that can do it. So these are some of the LIFT projects that have already been completed. Just give an overview of some of the completed LIFT projects. So this is from the Faculty of Engineering. It's just a snapshot. There are a few more that I've not included. So Faculty of Engineering, Faculty of Science. So remember, these are completed projects. They've successfully got the grant and they've done the projects. And School of Computing, okay, and School of Medicine and Faculty of Dentistry. So many of these projects have been completed. Some involve CIT, some involve CDTL, some involve Computer Center, some are done by external vendors. If it's a mobile app, it's most likely done by Computer Center. Okay, Computer Center provide the infrastructure. For example, in School of Medicine, this online e-learning module was done by CIT. Okay, so we try and help them as much as we can. So even with to the LIFT grant, we also launched 4 MOOCs. These 3 are more or less, these 2 are running now. Right like Mozart and Reason and Constitution are still running. If you go to Coursera, these MOOCs are still running. This is more or less closed. These are more or less closed. The faculty just couldn't handle the support to manage MOOC. So this is more or less closed. These are closed. These 2 are still running. And these 2 are specialization MOOCs. Specialization MOOCs means they are certified MOOCs. That means you can pay to get an NUS certificate. if you take this book. Whereas these are more or less free. So all these books were created in-house and then put up. And the faculty now has to, we help the faculty maintain it and also look at the discussion forum and answer any questions needed by the students. We just prompt the faculty. Actually, very few people realize in 2003, NUS already launched a complete online course on SARS. All the students in NUS, that were 30,000 students, had to take this course online on SARS. SARS, if you know what it is, because is respiratory syndrome that you might get if you have contact with. So the university launched a complete online course on SARS. Every student had to take the course before they graduate. If you don't take the course, you don't graduate. So we have to track the students who take the course and provide updates to the provost office who has not taken the course. You don't take the course, you don't graduate. So in 2003, more than 14 years ago, we've already launched an online course. Fully online course in the School of Public Health on SARS. Then in 2005, we launched a course on academic culture. This course is still running, by the way, academic culture. It's on plagiarism prevention, academic knowledge and inquiry, penalty. If you get plagiarized, if you get caught plagiarizing at NUS, what will happen, those kind of things. So this course is completely online. It's still running. And based on that, in 2013, we launched 8 courses for our RNS men, our national servicemen. So NUS is already a fair amount of experience in doing a lot of online courses. So the MOOCs was quite not a challenge for us. Anybody that wants to create a blended learning course, an online course, a support team is formed within CIT and CDTL. An instructional designer will be assigned from CDTL. CIT will provide the project management support, education technologies, a videographer if necessary, or a video producer, and the graphic and animator will come from CIT. Normally it'll take about 5 to 6 months to create such a course, but you can do it in about 3 months. We found that out. 5 to 6 months will give us a comfort level. Okay, and all lecturers that take a blended learning course have to, not have to, we also have a course on blended learning, how to conduct blended learning for faculty. So you show them how to engage the students when they come face to face after they watch the video session at home. So this course is conducted by CDTL. Okay, we follow a certain model. And after that, if our lecturers are interested in creating the content, the video-based content, we have self-recording studios, we have professional studios. At NUS, we have 2 studios, professional studios with cameras, live professional recording, and with green screen or blue screen. And we have this thing called a live board where you can record, like you're writing on a whiteboard and you're recording from behind the whiteboard. Okay, we have done that already for 2 or 3 lectures. So you're behind the whiteboard, but we are capturing in front of you through a mirror. Okay. So we have all these facilities in place to create content. So this is my last slide. I just thought I'll show you the key issues in teaching and learning. This is a slide from EduCourse. The items in yellow, which I've more or less highlighted, are things that we are also looking at more quite seriously. Doesn't mean that the other areas are not being looked at, but the things in yellow are more or less areas that we are putting more effort and looking more closely at. Okay, with that, thank you so much for your time. Do you have any questions?